Memoirs of Hypsicles, Hendrik's Trap. The Dutchman never sails straight. She circles like a vulture, her master hungry for torment. Hendrik had been circling me for weeks, his suspicion coiling tighter, his gaze lingering too long whenever Leon and I crossed paths. The whispers among the crew had become loud enough for even barnacles to hear. So Hendrik set his snare. It was after a raid, blood still wet on the planks, loot piled like offerings to a cruel god. Hendrik summoned us all onto the deck, his beard tentacles writhed, dripping seawater, his barnacled coat gleaming pale in the moonlight. "Tonight," he roared, "we test the loyalty of this crew." His eyes slid to me, sharp as a harpoon. "Hypsicles, step forward." I obeyed, my boots heavy against the boards. The crew pressed close, expectant, silent. Hendrik gestured, and two sailors dragged Leon into the circle of lantern light. Shackled, bloodied, his face bruised from the fight on the merchant ship. Yet still he stood tall, green eyes defiant, beautiful even in ruin. Hendrik's voice thundered, "This whelp weakens you all. He drinks Hypsicles' blood like a suckling babe, while the rest of you gnaw salt and rot. He breeds softness where only steel should be." The crew muttered, restless. Some glanced at me with pity, some with disgust. Hendrik shoved a pistol into my hand. Cold iron, loaded. He pressed his massive palm on my shoulder and leaned close enough that his beard tentacles brushed my cheek. "Prove yourself," he whispered. "Kill him. Show me he means nothing." The pistol weighed 100 tons in my hand. The crew's eyes burned holes in me. And Leon, he looked at me, not with fear, but with fury. His lips curved, bloodied but sharp. "Do it, Hypsy," he said, voice ragged but steady. "Spare me your poison and chains. Finish what you started that day on my ship." My chest twisted. He meant it, or he wanted to mean it. Death on his own terms, by my hand, would be better than endless humiliation under Hendrik. I raised the pistol. The ship seemed to hold its breath. Lanterns flickered. The sea stilled. I aimed. Not at his heart, at his chain. The shot cracked like thunder, echoing across the cursed sea. The shackle at his wrist shattered, iron splintering. Leon staggered, free for the first time since the Dutchman stole him. The crew gasped. Hendrik's roar split the night, a sound like tectonic plates grinding. His hand seized my throat, lifting me off my feet. His tentacles writhed, venom dripping, his eyes blazing. "Traitor," he snarled. I could not breathe, could barely move. Yet even as my vision darkened, I saw Leon lunge. Shackled at the ankles, bloodied, weak, yet he lunged, teeth bared, eyes aflame, striking Hendrik's arm with the desperation of a man who refused to kneel. The crew erupted, chaos spilling across the deck. Some jeered, some screamed, some surged forward, uncertain whether to aid Hendrik or watch the spectacle. Hendrik flung me aside like driftwood, seized Leon by the hair, and drove his blade into his chest. The sound, gods, the sound was not a scream, but a choked gasp, air torn from lungs that still burned with fire. I remember falling to my knees, the pistol clattering across the deck. Hendrik's laughter rang in my ears. And Leon crumpled, blood soaking the planks, his eyes locked on mine. Even as life bled out of him, he whispered, lips barely moving, the faintest ghost of a word. "Hypsy." And in that moment, I knew I would damn myself forever to keep him from slipping away.